It's the 25th of April 2023, and I'm saying a big thank you to you for joining me on another interesting episode of the newspaper review here on TAP TV. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and I am super excited to bring to you headlines in different newspapers across the nation. Mr. Victor Sioku and KUSI Mobodo are the persons looking at the paper with me today. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
KUSI, you are welcome. How do you do?
Thank you. I'm fine.
Yes, so we'll be starting first by looking at the Guardian newspaper. Headlines in the Guardian here says, International Day, Nigerians spend 2.4 trillion naira yearly on malaria prevention and treatment. That story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. International Day, Nigerians spend 2.4 trillion naira yearly on malaria prevention and treatment. Page 6 has that story on the Guardian. And on page 7 of the Guardian, we have Afenifere tackles Buhari over resurgence of terrorism, plea for forgiveness. Afenifere tackles Buhari over resurgence of terrorism, plea for forgiveness. That story is on page 7 of the Guardian. And on page 5 here, we have a pharmacist kick over exclusion from 40% pay rise for workers, make demands. Pharmacists kick over exclusion from 40% pay rise for workers, make demands. That story is on page 5 of the Guardian. On page 6, I beg your pardon, we have after 34 days rest overseas, Tinubu affirms readiness for task ahead. After 34 days rest overseas, Tinubu affirms readiness for task ahead. That story is on page 6 of the Guardian. And lastly here in the Guardian newspaper, we have on page 3, this one says, Sudan crisis, airline offers free flight as Northern Coalition condemns delay in evacuation. That story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Okay, I'll be starting with KUSI by my right here. KUSI, I'd like to get your reaction to the news on page 6 in the Guardian, which says after 34 days rest overseas, Tinubu affirms readiness for task ahead. Please react to this.
Oh, okay. As you all know, Tinubu traveled out of Nigeria after the 25th February, after the election. So he traveled around, it was on 21st of March that he left the country. So he stayed there for 5 days. So to me, I feel like for a president or president-to-be, there's no need for you to travel for rest, according to what they said. You understand? Because I feel a whole lot of things have to be done. He has to prepare ahead of the upcoming inauguration, which is on 29th of May. So to me, for him traveling, according to his social media manager, he said that he traveled for the reason of resting and all that. This man, our president-elect, to me, I feel he is old enough. Like he needs, at his age, he needs to go and rest. Okay. Because judging from this thing, Nigeria is not a country that can be managed by someone at that age. Because imagine, okay, you finished after the election, he said he traveled to go and rest and all that. My point here is that there's no need for the rest. Okay. You understand? Because a whole lot of work ahead. He has to manage the country. Even though he's yet to become the president, he has a whole lot of things to have meeting with the committee, to appoint his senate, to appoint his ministers, you understand? Okay. To prepare for the oncoming inauguration. For him to rest, to me, I feel like a whole lot of concern about his health. Because when I went through the newspaper, people were like that since according to the social media manager, that he is going to travel, like when he travels, he's going to Paris, then from Paris he'll go to London. Then later he'll come back to Saudi Arabia for this last celebrated El-Fidrit.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But according to people said he wasn't there. He didn't come to the place. He wasn't at Saudi Arabia. So it was later they had to tell everybody that they should come and welcome the president. The president is coming back yesterday. You understand? So a whole lot of concern raised, and people are like, are you sure he actually traveled to, like, he traveled for rest? Are you sure he traveled for rest? Because if you look at this, even when he came back, there was a tube connected under his arm.
Exactly. I think I was going there actually.
Exactly. So a whole lot of concern about his health. To me, I feel like Nigerians should know their president, know someone to elect, someone that is fit for this presidency. Because at his age, he's meant to be resting. And we don't want a president that will be coming in and out of the country. So to me, I feel the rest is a disguise for them to go and treat him. And for him, now he coming back now. We don't even know when
you're saying he wasn't being totally honest with his reasons for traveling?
This politics, my dear, this politics. Politics is a dirty game. The rest was as a result. Okay, how can you tell me you went to rest and when you came back with something, cannula, under your arm?
Okay.
So to me, I feel he traveled for treatment. And as time goes on, if he's inaugurated as our president, we don't even know when he will be around to handle the affairs of the country.
Wow. Okay. So speaking about, okay, before I say anything, let me hear from Mr. Victor first. Mr. Victor, please, I would like to get your thoughts on the particular headline KUSI just spoke about.
Okay, I think if I should compare Mohammed Buhari to Tinubu, I see two different persons, but the same persons. Okay, two different persons because one is, personally, I think the president-elect is lying.
About his reasons for traveling?
Yes. In as much as I know that for the sake of being on security alert, you know, he is occupying a position that should be taken very seriously, so he needs to be protected. But you don't make some kind of utterances just so that you can convince people about your affairs. Okay? Why am I saying this? It was so glaring when he was coming back. If I just rush and do some analysis. While he was coming back, yeah, we saw the picture where he raised his arm and we saw the needle. Okay. Meaning that organ nowhere. Okay. Then, if you also notice, his tummy. Okay. I'm sorry, and I'm like, oh my. But I will clear this up. So, if you check his former pictures before he traveled, he had a flat tummy.
They pumped him up.
Okay.
See, this is not a laughing matter.
No, it's good we actually talk about this now, because a lot of concerns have been raised as to whether or not President-elect should actually be inaugurated as the president on the 29th of next month. So issues like this now only throwing doubt.
So when you analyze his coming, when he left and when he came back, you just be wondering. Mind you, he told his supporters that he's back, that he will be eating amala. And somebody now from the crowd shouted, "Atuo!" He said yes, +2. Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing about my president-elect? Okay. That's by the way. But if you check critically from the eyes of foreign affairs, you find out that there could still be a very strong reasons why he left the shores of the country. Okay? Aside taking care of his health, it could still be as reason of planning. Leaving the country to go and plan. You now ask me,
so
why can't he stay in Nigeria and plan? Let me now tell you. It's easy to monitor him in Nigeria. Yes, it's easy to monitor him in Nigeria, monitor his calls, monitor his plans in Nigeria than in France. Okay?
That's not really enough reason for him to travel. Because for me, why will you use, for you not to be monitored? I believe you being a president-elect, there are a lot of privileges and mandate that's given to you. You understand? Security, as you mentioned. And also the fact that everything you do, everything, both the course and everything, is being handled with care and experts. You understand? So even if that shouldn't be reason why he should have traveled out of the country just for him to plan. According to when he came back, the first thing he said was that he has a meeting with committee of for the inauguration. It was when he came back that he started planning. That was when he started planning. So I don't understand which type of plan that he has to leave the
there are some plans.
leave the offshore of Nigeria just for him to plan and then come back.
It was glaring. It was glaring that he went for medical
for medical attention. But to him, he's trying to make us feel that, or
all
make us
well.
know that all is well, that he's fit for
No
the
cause
job,
for alarm.
and no cause for alarm and all that. To me, I feel he's kind of imposing himself to us for us to believe that he is well and he is fit for the job. He's constantly proving himself that his health is not a problem. You understand? Nobody asked him whether his health is a problem for him not to be a president. You understand? Him knowing fully well that he's not well. That's why he constantly make it like as utterance that I am okay, I'm fit, I am okay, I'm fit, I'm perfect for the job. Nobody ever asked him about that.
See, I mean, if I'm in his shoes, mind you, Tinubu is facing a whole lot of challenges already before clinching that seat come May 29. Okay, issues about his passport, issues about whether he will even won the election, issues about the drug case. Are you getting me?
Mr. Victor, you and I know that those issues just might not even matter when
exactly, because nobody
anything can still happen.
For you to have
from what you and I,
it's not a problem.
From what we are all seeing now, does it in any way look as if Tinubu's all those issues you mentioned are a concern to INEC or the securities?
INEC does not have they don't even have any power right now. They've done their bidding, if you ask me.
So from what you said, from all the issues that you mentioned, do you see Tinubu not being sworn into office?
It is possible. It is not in science. We don't give 100% to anything. It is possible, okay? So that element of maybe 0.1%, you give it to.
Personally, I feel like Tinubu knows that the only thing right now that could thwart his intentions of becoming the president of this country eventually is him admitting that, okay, I'm not okay health-wise.
That's why he's
doing everything possible
make sure that
to tell Nigerians
exactly that he is
okay,
fit,
he's fine,
and that he's fit for the job. You
it is
understand?
like, personally, I feel like
you must see it. I am okay.
Yes.
I am okay. No matter, you have to see it, Nigerians. You don't have to worry about me. I am fit for the job. No matter what you say, I must be inaugurated on that 29. That's the impression he's showing us, and it's suffocating.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I would like to draw the curtain on this particular headline, but I don't know if Mr. Victor still has one or two things to say before I move to the next issue. Mr. Victor?
If I open my mouth now, it's going on.
Okay.
If I talk now.
Okay. So let's all agree. Okay. Are we all now agreeing that Tinubu is not okay?
He's not fine, but he's
okay.
claiming.
I'm not a doctor, and we are not doctors, mind you. He can even come and say, okay,
Mr.
that
Victor,
stuff you saw.
Do we need to
Do you know that?
Do we need to be
too?
doctors to know when somebody is not feeling okay?
Do you know that too
but
is meant
did he
for
fall
medical
off? Did he
for
fall
patients that
down?
are
Must he
sick.
stagger?
Must he fall down in front of us before
For
this
him,
man is not
exactly.
feeling okay?
because of what he saw in his hand. One can say
That's
that
a medical issue.
A normal
That's
person,
for you to be
human
able,
being
for
that
them
is
to be
okay
able to
cannot
inject
get-
medicine into him.
Yes,
You understand?
uh-huh.
That too is cannula.
you know whether na BP drug.
It's not beat anything. It's not beat anything.
Please, let's look at more headlines in the Daily Sun newspaper, which is our second paper for today. The one on page 6 here, the headline on page 6 here says, Usmane Yara opens up on Tinubu, Alpha Conde, Guinea. Usmane Yara opens up on Tinubu, Alpha Conde, and Guinea. Throws light on President-elect's link with Guinea. Okay, more details on this headline is on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And still on page 6, this one says, Tinubu returns after 34 days abroad, okay? We just spoke about it. On page 27 now, in Daily Sun, we have Nigeria's telephone users hit 222.5 million. Wow. And on page 26, we have Imo Guber. States joint parliament endorses Uzodinma. Imo Guber. States joint parliament endorses Uzodinma. That story is on page 26. And still on page 26, this one says governors hold valedictory meeting for 17 outgoing members. Governors hold valedictory meeting for 17 outgoing members. That story is on page 26 of the Daily Sun. And over now to page 27. Again, this one says petrol price increased by 42.63% a litre in 1 year, according to NBS. Still in page 27, this one says Enugu Governor-elect Mba names Chioke, Aba, Onya, Nebo, 60 others for transition committee. Okay, that's on page 27. And on page 4, we have a gunmen kill 7 in Plateau as herdsmen militia kill 4 mourners in Benue. That is sad news there on page 4 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And lastly, in Daily Sun for today, we have on page 28, this one says 2023 UTME begins today. 1.4 million candidates to write in 708 centers. Okay, that story is on page 28 of the Daily Sun newspaper. That's the much you can take in the Daily Sun for today. I'll start once again with KUSI. KUSI, I would like to get your reaction to this very sad news on page 4 that says gunmen kill 7 in Plateau as herdsmen militia kill 4 mourners in Benue.
Okay, according to this headline, I feel that insecurity has become a major area of concern in Nigeria. You understand? Because not just this, a whole lot of things has been happening, especially in that Benue.
Has there
And
ever been
recently,
a time
there is
in Nigeria when insecurity has never been a problem?
But there's something during this regime, Buhari's regime, it has been high.
Increased, okay.
You know, it has been an increase. Because if you look at this, Benue recently experienced massacre.
Okay.
They killed a whole lot of people there. In this recent killing. So if you look at it, I think that Nigerians and our government are not really doing well in curbing insecurity in Nigeria. Understand? Because every day we hear about insecurity, how herdsmen kill people and I do ask, are those herdsmen, are they not living among us? Like, it's not just the government's work too, or the government's work for them to secure us, but you as an individual should also play a very important role in helping the security agencies. You understand? Because if you look at this, you see that this government, it's not as if they just come in, kill, and then leave the village. These are people within, like the last massacre that happened in this Benue state. They are asked if they know how, if they've seen the people and all that. The people were in denial that they've not seen anybody, didn't even know about, they didn't know them, you understand? That it seems like they just came, attacked them and left. So me, I'm like, I don't understand. Is it that, okay, they just came, attacked, they must have been within themselves.
I feel like it's a group of persons that don't really belong to a particular, tribe. And yes, they are just their job is just to move about
Killing
from one place.
So my
And probably they get paid for it. They get sponsored
Sponsored.
by some of these politicians who use them. You understand?
Exactly.
So I don't know, that's my thought. I don't know if I'm wrong, but there is no way that
because the gun they use is being purchased, and for you to buy gun, it's a whole lot of money.
Yes.
You understand? So I feel, yeah,
so
I
who
support.
then will give them the money to buy such weapons, if not the elites, the money?
Exactly.
So I don't know, Mr. Victor, what's your reaction to this headline, please?
So
Because,
the issues of killings here and there, especially in middle, it's about the middle belt right now. So you have Plateau, you have Benue, just like you stated. okay, what are the issues? This is as a result of a failed society whereby these bandits, when they were much younger, they weren't able to gain education. Just imagine an educated person going around the bush with gun looking for who to terrorize. So,
but do you know
what
it's those educated people, some of them are the ones sponsoring this insecurity? Because I remember someone told me that there are people who gain in this insecurity. You understand?
Sure, but when you don't have anybody to sponsor, what then happens? Your money will be in waste, because I don't see those people, those sponsors, going in there to.
So you're advocating for education right now?
No, education. Oh, see, just imagine now.
But without education doesn't make you to be useless, because there are also uneducated people out there.
I know, but the quota is very, very little. When somebody is educated, especially to secondary school, there is a total change of your reasoning.
Do you know that some educated people also indulge in the insecurity?
I know.
Because in a situation whereby the system has failed you, you don't have any job. So some of them are
most times 5 years, 6 years.
You'll be at home
nothing
doing
tangible
nothing
to show for it.
So let's bring it down a bit, okay? Let's come down to the southeast.
Yeah.
You know that the southeast are educated to a very large extent. So what kind of crimes do you see here?
Non-gunmen.
Okay, yes, I'm coming. That's where I want to go to. You see crimes like unknown gunmen kind of crimes, okay?
Yeah.
But you don't see all those kind of banditry that occurs almost every day. You hear that 5 has been killed here, 10 has been killed here. I don't know if you get my point. So the level of crime here, especially when it comes to terrorist tagged crime, you get them more in the north or the middle belt, because of, if you ask me, it is because of the level of education of that region. Are you getting me? More crimes, in fact, we are still expecting more, unfortunately. Look at what is happening in Kaduna. In Kaduna, that's where you see all those, the ones that are supposed to be in their Amajiri class that Lord Jonathan helped in situating. But in cases like this, those children left the Amajiri class, just wandering about, looking for sponsors, just like you mentioned now, looking for sponsors who they will join their team, and then go and perpetrate crime. So in this case of Plateau, okay, look at what happened. These guys were just moving on their own.
Just
the bandits,
why?
they just started killing.
What joy will you derive? I don't understand.
So some persons say that because they went to commit a crime or to kidnap some persons, when they got there, it did not work. They now started being angry. So you find out that, oh God, a whole lot of, there are issues. So even becoming, like we were talking about Tinubu, becoming the president of the country, there is so much work for you to do. That's why I understand Nigerians out there are just bothering, wondering why is it that we are getting somebody like him who is not. Nigeria needs a tough and strong person.
Right now, Mr. Victor, there has to be a solution to all of this. There has to be a solution. Yes, insecurity, this and that. There has to be a solution. I don't know.
I feel like the government should implement a law that once you are caught a murder or in banditry, once you are caught killing, like there was a time during this person's regime, during his military regime, was this Sani Abacha? Once, okay, it was Buhari, yeah, it was during Buhari's regime. There's a law that he enforced, war against indiscipline. Once you are caught, go to jail. At times you will be killed. You understand? So I feel like these laws should also be implemented. Once you are caught, so that people will be able to, exactly, so that people will be able to know that this is it. Once I'm caught, I'm dying. You understand? Okay. And also in terms of like America now, if you look at them, that's why there's one program I normally follow, American Discovery, or the ID Discovery, Identity Discovery. If you look at it, you see that once a crime is being committed, the way they go towards it, the way the police, the way they analyze and do everything, bring out the killer. I think in terms of all this DNA too, it should be enforced in terms of the scientific method of catching all these criminals. You understand? So I think all these things should be put in place to enable an ensured peaceful community and peaceful state.
All right. Let's go on a break right now, and when we return, we'll take our last paper for the day, and we'll call it a day. Please stay tuned.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Yes, you're welcome back. Still on the newspaper review here on Tharv TV. Now we shall be looking at our next and last paper for today, which is the Vanguard newspaper. Yes. So today in the Vanguard, we have here on page 5, this one says, Sean rumors, I am strong. Tinubu says as on arrival from France. Sean rumors, I am strong. Tinubu says on arrival from France. Adds, I have rested, refreshed, ready for task ahead. Party leaders to meet soon on zoning of offices, according to source. More of this headline is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. And on page 7 here, this one says, 3 killed as Bayi Hausa youths clash in Abuja. 3 killed as Bayi Hausa youths clash in Abuja. That story is on page 7 of the Vanguard. And on page 6 here, we have abducted Kogi monarch dies in kidnapper's den. Abducted Kogi monarch dies in kidnapper's den. That's a sad news there on page 6. And on page 9, we have, again, court dashes Nigeria air's hope of flying. Again, court dashes Nigeria air's hope of flying. That story is on page 9 of the Vanguard. Over now to the world of sports in the Vanguard on page 29. This one says, Osimhen, Napoli just 4 points from being crowned Serie A champions. Osimhen, Napoli just 4 points of being crowned Serie A champions. That's in the world of sports on page 29. And on page 6 here we have 2 more Chibok schoolgirls rescued from Sambisa forest. 2 more Chibok schoolgirls rescued from Sambisa forest. That's on page 6. And on page 14 we have electricity. New bill in House of Reps threatens 10 billion naira investment. Electricity. New bill in House of Reps threatens 10 billion naira investment. That story is on page 14 of the Vanguard. And on page 9 we have NNPCL pays $1.1 billion to AKK contractors. Targets Q3 completion date. That story is on page 9. And over now to page 19, we have CBN defends forex ban on stockfish importation. CBN defends forex ban on stockfish importation. That's on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. On page 27 now we have Sudan. Evacuation of over 2,000 Nigerians begins today. Sudan, evacuation of over 2,000 Nigerians begins today. That story is on page 27 of the Vanguard. On page 8 now we have 40% pay rise. Varsity workers on warpath with federal government over exclusion. 40% pay rise. Varsity workers on warpath with federal government over exclusion. That's on page 8. And lastly in the Vanguard for today on page 11 we have I have no reason to take rest because of election. Peter Obi is saying on page 11. He says I have no reason to take rest because of election, according to Peter Obi on page 11 of the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, that's the much we can take in the Vanguard today, and of course other papers. You want more details on the headlines you heard, get a copy of the papers for yourself. Again, KUSI, I'll be starting with you. Sudan, evacuation of over 2,000 Nigerians begins today. Please let me get your thoughts on this reaction. Nigerians in Sudan. I was asking myself, why would anybody want to go to Sudan?
To study.
What are they going there for?
Education.
That shows you the
Is
the
Nigeria
failed-
that bad?
Exactly.
Is Nigeria that bad, Mr. Victor? Now people need to now go to Sudan for education. My God. My God. KUSI, please react to this.
Okay, this Sudan story is something I've been following ever since it broke out, because this war actually has been going on since last 2 years, but actually on 15th of this month, that's April, it was when it started. It sparked. It was when everything, because of a disagreement between the resistance support forces and the general army, and it started in Khartoum, that their distant capital. So to me, I feel that Nigerians, we always delay in rescuing our brothers and sisters in diaspora, because they're saying that it begins today, something that started since 15th of this month, and they are still saying that. Okay, according to when I was going through it, I found Oyema, foreign affairs minister. He was saying that that for them to enter Sudan, they have to use, for them to evacuate our Nigerians there, they have to use land, because they have already closed their airport. The Sudan, they have already closed their airport, and they have to follow Cairo, that's the capital of Egypt. So to me, I feel like this wasn't when it started. Today it wasn't like it's making it close to 2 weeks started. And UK has already taken their people. US also has taken their people. Then why are we delaying?
Because we are not US, we are not UK.
Why are we delaying? It shows that the system is
because
failed.
we are Nigeria.
And for Nigerians, we are the biggest. We are the giant of Africa. Then why will our students, we have over 2,000 students, more than 2,000, they didn't give actual calculation, because most of them are not registered with the embassy, you understand? But why will we call ourselves the giant of Africa, why will our students leave the education system here to go to Sudan of all places, just for them to study? It shows that the education has failed. The system has failed us.
So are they not trying to tell us that the Sudan economy is better than Nigerian economy?
Exactly. Is that what that's like an insult to our face? You understand? They are the people that are meant to come to us, not the other way around. So, and for Nigerians to be delaying in evacuating our brothers and sisters there, is, to me, I feel Nigerians, we are not doing much. We are going, as these are going, we are degenerating. You understand? The system is going down. That's why I always tell people, if you are in diaspora, if anything should happen, you're on your own. Because the system, the government doesn't care. They don't protect their citizens. So I feel like Nigerians, the government should try more, especially the foreign affairs minister, should try more in protecting the people, the Nigerians outside the country. Okay. Imagine what happened during the xenophobic attack in South Africa. You understand? When they were ready to
Buhari didn't even say anything.
Imagine. It was even airpeace that willingly went there to evacuate some people. So to me, I feel Nigerians, we are not doing much. We are not doing much. And I just hope that the incoming president will do justice to it. You understand?
Thank you very much, KUSI, for your thoughts. Mr. Victor, please, what do you have to say to this?
So, you're wondering why Nigerians are going to Sudan.
Exactly.
Right? Have you asked yourself how many Sudanese are in Nigeria studying?
I don't even have.
That is to tell you that Nigeria is gone. That even Africans are not even coming.
My God.
Then we are the ones leaving.
My God.
That's to tell you the education system, there is something bad with it. For somebody to, as in you open your eye, clear eye, and you went to Sudan. Sudan, that's just like KUSI mentioned. They have been suffering one clash to the other.
There are persons that even prefer to go to Togo or
Ghana.
Ghana.
Sure.
You know, just leave the country.
That is to tell you how bad it is.
They believe that as long as you're not in this country, you're getting the best of education somewhere.
So even with what is happening, like she stated, Bashir was the former president. He wanted to move into the democratic dispensation.
Exactly.
Along the line, South Sudan came out from Sudan. Now what is happening is actually a civil war, because
South Sudan has already been out.
But you know, they've been having issues. I said these issues have been since I was small. Sudan has been a
In
problematic country.
Yes.
Okay, so
Always fighting war.
yes, so now the issues like she mentioned, two forces, one from the army, one from the Janjaweed, that's the
RSF, the
I don't-
resistance.
yeah, the resistance forces.
Forces.
Now, they now want to have a share of the country. They are
Promulgating
let's say fighting for
democracy.
resources and resource control and all that and territories. So, but you now still
Funny
you
enough,
now
both of
mention-
them we are friends.
Oh, sure. That's what power does to your money.
That shows that there's no particular benefit in international politics. You understand what they have? There's no friends in international politics. My lecturer also said, no this and no peace. That there's no a particular friend in international politics. What they have is particular interest. You understand?
Yes.
So
Or maybe we don't have that time. I could have even told you why Tinubu is a very good key for the international people. They might even want him to become president because they have some facts. Okay, they might have some facts that they will use to name him. So when they want some things, they
Exactly.
can just tell you, see, like they mentioning about the drug thing, mentioning about the diplomatic passport and all
if
that.
you don't do this, we can
pull out
release
information,
this.
release this information.
I
people
know
will
what
know
it
the
means.
color of you and all
We
that.
just have to
So
mellow.
this-
Exactly.
So these are
Hey!
that's the politics. They will
Hey!
not. They will not want. They will not want to even release
Exactly.
any information now.
Now,
Are you
it's
getting
true.
me? And him himself, you know that Nigeria is planted with all these people in this country. That might just be the reason
So
why
they're
he
waiting for him to
traveled.
just. They're waiting for him to just become the president.
President.
And that might just be also the reason why he traveled. He had to go to France where he knows his way. And mind you, should I connect to Guinea? You know, Guinea is a francophone country, and
Exactly.
if you
French.
check very well, he has ties with the francophones.
Exactly.
No, let's not
whole
overdo
lot
with
of
this. So,
things.
just in a nutshell, you were saying, Nigerians are not quick to, the government are not quick to going to get
Exactly.
their people out there. My dear, in Nigeria, when there is flooding, have they even attended to us here first?
You're
in
on
the
your
time
own.
of crisis and banditry, have they attended to their own the Nigerians on ground? Talk more of the
It's
decisions
as
of
if
Nigeria.
daily, as time
And
goes
this
on,
and
it's
this further
going
proves
down. Like,
proves that these people in power don't even care.
They don't care. You're on your own.
Well, thank you so much, KUSI and Mr. Victor, for your thoughts and ideas in the program today. I really did appreciate it. Thank you to you, my wonderful viewers, who have been faithful to your screen up until this time. Without you, this program won't be possible. You are special. But this is the end of the newspaper review for today. Thanks for watching. My name is Cyril Aloysius. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, make sure you do so. And after subscribing, do well to turn on your notification bell so you can know when we come online and drop new videos. And check us out on our different social media platforms as well. You can check us out on YouTube and Twitter. We are TAP TV on YouTube. On Twitter, we are TAP TV as well. On Facebook, we are TAP TV. On Instagram, we are TAP TV_NG. Once again, I say thank you. Until we come your way again next time, to enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.